Hey guys, I'm sure you've heard of Fareed Zakaria. Well, he recently had a segment on his show. He's a pundit for CNN, and he was talking about how liberals are not as tolerant as they like to believe. And, I agree with pretty much like 90-95% of what he was saying. There was a few things that he interjected, how he was saying that globalism, capitalism, and I forget something else was tearing us apart. I agree that globalism is, not necessarily capitalism. Capitalism has risen many people out of poverty and has actually been, beneficial for society. There's more benefits that come from capitalism than negatives, that's for sure. And a lot of the problems we have today are pretty much through the redistribution of wealth and, fiat currency and, other things that really have nothing to do with capitalism, crony capitalism, or corporatism. This is essentially what he means. But like I said before, like 90% of it I agreed. He's calling out how liberals do not like listening to other opinions, and how there's studies done that on average liberals and conservatives both think each other is stupid, to the same degree, this and that. But liberals are more likely to not listen to the opposing opinions. And are, there's even a study on Twitter showing how like liberal women are most likely to block you. They're the ones who will block you like 80% of the time, whereas everybody else is willing to listen to the opposing opinion. But this guy's going to get a lot of shit. Like, a lot of people are going to call him out on the left for this, because really these progressives, these people on the far left, they really, this is a part of their strategy, is not talking to their enemy, right? So him coming out saying, we should be having discussions, we should not be trying to censor conservatives, is going to get him a lot of hate. There's going to be a lot of people supporting him too, but you're going to see a large vocal minority coming out being like, oh, don't listen to this piece of shit, we cannot. They're going to write articles about this, probably saying how he's kind of right, but we really should not be giving platforms to people like this, Nazis, and we should be punching them in the face, blah 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 blah, right? it's it's going to be kind of funny to see. Or they may just kind of brush it under the rug and, you know, not really make a big deal out of it, and hopefully nobody sees it in their mind, right? Because this isn't really good for their ideology. The more that people on the far left speak to people who are more moderate and on the right, they're gonna see that they're not monsters, and this whole division that they're trying to orchestrate is not going to continue. So they're going to come out hard against this, because it's not good for them. If people talk, that's really why a lot of them create like these massive block lists too. There are these block lists given out by like BLM and these different people, which have like thousands upon thousands of people on them, and they're like, oh, just avoid these trolls, so don't talk to them. But it's like, a lot of these people are not like crazy racists that they're on these block lists. They're just people with different opinions who maybe you should listen to and broaden your horizon a little bit, because people on the right, we hear your opinions all the time. It's being blasted at us through the media, on TVs, movies. So we know your opinions. The problem is you don't know ours, and the longer you don't know ours, the longer you can keep up this boogeyman, all these people are racist, and longer you can justify your hatred and justify your violence against them, like you do at Berkeley riots and at Antifa. These people, like, they want to continue to justify what they're doing. So the longer that they stay ignorant of your views, the longer they can justify it to themselves. Because most people, I believe, do have somewhat of a good heart, so it's hard for them to, if they do understand that these people aren't, that we're not monsters, it'd be hard for them to continue doing the things that they're doing. We humans do that all the time. We like to be blind to something so we can continue our behavior that we enjoy doing. It's just human nature. But, let's see how this, plays out. I have a feeling, yeah, like I said before, he's going to get a lot of hate, but also a lot of people are going to listen to him. So this is good. This is kind of reminds me of that Lacey Green thing when she came out talking about how she wants to have conversations with people on the right. And, you saw a lot of people coming out against her. It's going to be the same with this guy. But, if you like my content, subscribe and have a great day. See you later.